You want a bedtime story? I got a new bedtime story for you, Junior. Once upon a time, there was a little kid named Roxanne that wanted to change the world. Her parents wanted her to be a princess, but she wanted to be someone stronger. Whenever she was with other princesses, she felt like she didn't belong. Even as a teen, she knew true beauty came from the inside, so she fought for others, trained her body, trained her mind, and grew up to be her own hero. She loved motorcycles and music, so Roxanne became rock and roll. She and her partner, Nightbug, put on costumes and went outside to look for ways to help. The costumes helped draw attention to their actions, but she knew they weren't practical. So she and Nightbug continued to train their bodies to keep themselves strong, and they continued to study to keep their minds sharp. They went out and cleaned up their neighborhoods, helped others with food and clothing, stood up for what they believed in, and eventually got asked by a New York team of heroes to form their own team in California. The New York Initiative had already been making big changes in their area and were even in a movie about real superheroes. Rock's team, the California Initiative, began making their own changes, and people started to notice. Soon the initiative grew into 8 teams across the country. These groups started making changes in their own communities. Each branch had their own style, their own unique talents, and their own missions, but they all had the same goal to make the world a better place. They started working where they were needed: crime prevention, used needle pickup, homeless outreach, emergency fundraising, and free self-defense training. In California, Rock's team brushed up on their first aid and CPR, became members of the Community Emergency Response Team, and joined the Citizens Police Academy. They worked with Bay Area youth to promote positive hip-hop messages, created 3 international days of homeless outreach, helped to raise $15,000 for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, worked with Project Hope to feed San Diego's homeless, and collected over 1,500 used needles around San Francisco. She and Zero of the New York Initiative started a weekly public information radio show. They're not trying to take the place of these guys, far from it. They're trying to lend them an ear and an eye. But you've probably never heard about these guys because their good deeds aren't sensational or headline making, and they're definitely not glamorous. But it's the work that needs to be done right now. They can't compete with these household names, but it doesn't matter to them. And it doesn't matter to these guys either. See, the world isn't filled with only this, and it's important for people to know that, especially these people, and these people. Rock and her group of everyday average Joes know that they need to get out and spread this message, so they're going across America from Cali to New York, looking for other everyday average people who are doing good deeds and heroic things. They're making a film about it for the people who don't believe in heroes anymore. And they need our help to make that film, though, because this filmmaking stuff isn't cheap. And then maybe they can start a new bunch of bedtime stories about girls who wanted to grow up to be stronger and be their own heroes. And maybe someone like you will hear about these stories and believe you can make a difference, just like Rock. And then we can all live happily ever after, even if only for a little while.